This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, with the shortage of games and things are starting to turn around and so forth and so on, but I've always been somebody that liked smaller games that you're not paying $200 for, but all in all get so much game out of a book. And we always talk about For Against Darkness, but I think one of the most brilliant designers out there is our good friend Martin Knight, who did D100. Now, not only did he do D100, the book, he did the Lost Tome of Extraordinary Rules, which is absolutely fantastic, the Adventurer's Companion, which does all kinds of, gives you new quests and stuff like that, and then a couple of storybooks where you have the Dragon's Armor and The Dragon Returns, of course, ticked off. Which all this, plus with, let's not forget the mapping game that you can use instead of just using paper. This would be quite the thing just onto itself, okay? If he never made another thing, you would just go, wow, that's amazing. But no, not Martin. He's got to keep going. And I find myself sucked right back in with his latest thing, D100 World Builder. Now, what is this? Well, we'll come back and talk about it, but we're going to go down to the table. I'm going to go over it. I'm not going to go over everything, but I'm going to give you an idea what this does and how glorious this is, and why you need to go to Drive-Thru RPG and go get yourself a copy of this. You will not be disappointed in it for sure. So let's go down to the table, check this out, and then I'll come back up and tell you. Just when you think this guy does, it's done it all, and you go, yeah, that's it. This is great. I'm going to sit down and just play. He comes out with this, and this just adds. As you can see, the world builder, you are going to be building a world, and you are going to start with your town right in the middle. I'll explain more of it as we go. I just want to go through this and just show you all the stuff that's going to come with it and how unbelievable this is. As you can see, the index, there's just so much to do. Generating side quests, monsters, locations, lawlessness. There's all kinds of fishing you can do, which is another whole saddlebags. Accounting for everything as you buy mounts to try to traverse now the world. Just really fantastic. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build a character, okay? And you're going to do that in the regular book. You want to make sure that you get D100 Solo Adventures, okay? That's number one. The next thing that you're going to do is, and I laminated all this stuff, so bear with me. You are going to pick a center point here, okay? And you are going to create your town. There's actually, I'm not going to pull them all out, but there are actually a bunch of things that you can do it randomly. Okay, you're going to count out the 6 sides of the dice of a square, and you're going to roll on a chart and so forth and so on, and you're going to decide where you're going to come from. And a lot of it has to do with what kind of person you are. So let's just say you're a human. So you're going to want to be in a forest. So you could draw your little forest in here and yeah. And then you would write it in, and then you can actually roll up a name for it. So if you live in a town or a city or something like that, usually you kind of want to live in a city, and there's little symbols, squares, triangles that denote different types of cities, villages, and settlements, and so forth and so on. But you can roll and actually pick the name randomly. So it could be like Bookville or something like that, okay? And you would write that in there, and that's where you would start. And if you want, you can color it in, and then you know, of course, there's going to be roads, so there's going to be things that are going to work out through there, or there's going to be rivers where you can roll randomly, like, okay, that's 1. So you would start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, but you could say, okay, the river goes through, starts at 1, okay, and then goes through 2. So it can kind of do this, okay? And, the same thing with a road. You want to put in a road. You would have a brown thing. Well, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The road would lead from my town to 6. Okay? So you start creating this whole thing here. Then when you want to add in quests, you're going to pick the area around for your first quest. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be Q1. And then you would develop this square. And then quest 2 is always 2 away from your settlement, and that would be 2. So quest 2, forgive me, I'm trying to write sideways, and then 3 away for the third quest, which would also be 2. So there's a quest right next to this one. Okay? And then you would develop these things, and as it goes out, you start developing an entire world, which is absolutely fantastic and glorious. You can run into werewolves depending on the days, because you're going to be counting out calendar days. And as you can see, you have your world builder actions where you're going to scout, you're going to forge. Food is important. As you are traveling through here, you are going to be consuming food. And then over here, as you can see, there are all different types of things that can tell you. As you can see, the directions are here, side quests. The quest that you're going to do is 1 to 25, what a city looks like, hills, and all the stats for each thing that you can run into: marshlands, deserts, mountains, forests, and so forth and so on. Another nice thing that it comes in this book is a brand new adventure sheet. Okay, and it's going to add some things in here: fishing, haggling, hunting, writing, survival. These become very, very important as you start expanding out and working your way through the world. Not only are you trying to build up your regular skills, you have to have your survival skills, because if you don't, trust me, food is a big thing, and you want to make sure that you have that along with all the other skills that you are going to be developing along the way. Here, you're going to have your world builder quest sheets where, you've got 25 quests if you can make it and live that long. And then, of course, you want to keep track of your monsters. I laminated different hexes for this. And then, of course, here, and you don't have to stick with this sheet. You can get a big sheet and really, really take it to a whole different level. Calendars, you're going to be working through days, and there's going to be different events, full moons. There's going to be certain religious holidays. There's going to be satanic days. Your rations, your quest time tracker. Okay, that's going to affect different things. Fatigue. All these things are going to come into play in this fantastic, unbelievable experience. And again, a new mounting sheet. Okay, I made another calendar, and then on the back here, you're going to have your sheet along with a new backpack, which is going to keep all your stuff that you get from your backpack, your investments into your empire. Because remember, you start accumulating money, you're going to start doing trade, finances, holdings. You're going to get into different wars and stuff like that. Quests. Campaign quests, side quests, which are a big thing in this, okay, and then extra quests. So just so much to this fantastic experience, and of course you're going to want to laminate everything like your old pal does. And then there's just, they explain the lay of the land, how you're using action points, how many action points you're going to have per turn, generating quests, as you can see, really just laying everything out. Again, and then you're going to have all these different guilds that you can add into where they might be hiding. Mounts, like we talked about, you may start with a goat, a mule, a donkey, a camel, dire wolf. There's all kinds of mounts that you can go all the way up to 100. War mammoth, how would you like to have it? I want a giant eagle, personally. If I can get my hands on a giant eagle, I think that would be a life. Your mount could be theft. Mystics, there's charts here, and random new different treasure, different types of quest rewards. I mean, this game just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and it doesn't make it overcomplicated. It just makes it more deep and more thematic, and that's what this fantastic volume does. It just adds so much to what we already have, and this is just a fantastic, glorious game, and a must-have if you are a D100 fan. Martin, you did it again. I just can't say enough. This is just absolutely fantastic. Book 6, folks. Go get it. Drive Through RPG. Let's go get my final thoughts up top. So, this game was great onto itself because you took an adventurer and you went into different dungeons. They were random. There were different events. There were storylines. There were things that you could do. You can build your wealth and stuff. But now it's extended out to the point where you actually make this where you are crossing and creating a world. And as you adventure through it, some of the things that really stand out is the calendar. I don't think I have it right here. Of course I do. The calendar here, where you start knocking off days and you're growing older. You're running into religious holidays, satanic days that can really mess you up. Disease, full moons where you can run into werewolves, guilds, and running into different towns. And all this while just heading to your quests, which can be numerous and different and add different things. The replayability here is what this really does. And if I had to put it into a nutshell, this even adds more depth to your character, because not only do you it becomes very personal, and you're going through things and you're experiencing things. This game really just takes and if it wasn't thematic before, it is now just fully where it sucks you in. Now you're creating universes and different things and remembering things that happen. And if you fail a quest, you can always go back to that quest. But if you complete a quest, you have to keep on going further, discovering more territory. There's different things that can happen in each territory. Really just, and that's not even getting to the main part of the quest that you want to get to, where you're going to be going through a dungeon, then acquiring that wealth. And what do you do with that wealth? Well, you go back to your hometown, or you create a town and start building and just adding to your wealth, and how you can strengthen yourself as you become this epic adventure where this great tale is being told before you, and you're creating the tale. This is it's just absolutely fantastic. Food becomes severely important, and I printed out and like I said earlier, that I laminated everything, but I can even take and just put these together and make an even bigger world. I love how the different keys, the world builder actions, food. Like I said, you've got to forage for food to stay alive. Remember, starvation is a huge thing. I love the you keeping track of the quests and the monsters that you can go after, and of course the brand new sheet, the adventure sheet, where you can always use the old one, but I like how everything is just on this sheet. Of course, with the new backpack area and quest tracker, campaign side quests that you're going to run into, the quests that you run into. There's all kinds of things that you can do, and all this for a few shekels. I mean, really, what he has built here is a world. I mean, he's done some fantastic games. Returning to Earth, the World War II game, which we have a video coming up. I believe it's next week. I thought it was earlier, but another great game, trying to escape through things. The imagination and the thought that he puts into these games, and this game in particular, what he's been able to do from that first book, bringing it all the way to this. I mean, go out and get this. If you don't have it, you need it. All you need is the original book, and I would get the World Builder, and the other books are fantastic and add so much. If you get the whole thing, you have years and years worth of just dungeon crawling without without the big box miniatures and all that other stuff. Everything that you need is just in these books, and it's easy to learn. impossible to master. Another fantastic job from Martin Knight. And Martin, again, I got to apologize to you. I did not see this email that you sent me until a few days ago, and I made sure that as soon as I could print it out, and I got it printed out and went right through it. And wow, great job once again. You are the best. Go check it out. Drive-Thru RPG. I know everybody's heard of it. D100. Go pick it up there. You can print it out. You can download the PDF. But go get this world builder. This is just a game changer. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob. Go get this. Go check it out. Later, everybody.